Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Project Arctic 2. Next episode. Last episode we got all of this booted up. It's loud over there, so I'm not gonna go over there. I've just been reading comments and stuff and really appreciate all the help you guys have been giving me. I found out that I don't need a blaze cake, for instance. So wasted my time there. A couple other things. I found this gadgets against the grind. I didn't know this mod was in the pack. I've never used it before, but with that, this acts as a time in a bottle, it looks like. So we'll see if we ever need this. I'm not really sure. We haven't necessarily needed it really up until now. Everything I've made has kind of been fast enough. Well, I guess the crafting and charging maybe, but other than that, not too bad. But we will keep that in our inventory now. I assume it acts like a time in a bottle to where it just needs to be in your inventory. And look what else I found. No solicitor sign. You know we're making one of these. Get these dudes out of here. So what is it? Right click with a wool to toggle silent mode. Yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna put you there. No soliciting. So hopefully those guys stop showing up. I no longer need you guys. I haven't needed you guys for a while. It also looks like this mod has other useful things like fishing and mining dynamites. So I kind of wish I would have known about it sooner, but if you guys don't know about it, there's the mod. So today, what are we gonna do? Stay away from that. What we're going to do is essentially just continue this to get antimatter. Last episode, I did say that recycling water doesn't really matter, and you can just call me a liar now. I noticed that as soon as I stopped recycling the water and we started, like, for example, dumping excess steam that doesn't recycle water, we lost water here very, very quickly. So I just added more what are those condensator things and just filled up the last row that I left with air blocks last time. And now we just fully extract from everything. So I also need to get a better way of extracting water from here because this seems like it would do the trick, but it does not. So this thing uses water faster than probably anything else in any other mod ever. But for this episode, we need to make antimatter. So we need SPS casing, supercritical phase shifter, SPS ports, and supercharged coil. To make this, we need HDPE pellets, polonium pellets, plutonium pellets, and that's really about it in terms of new things we have to make. So in order to make HDPE pellets, we need to put an enrichment chamber with HDPE pellets. HDPE pellet takes oxygen and liquid ethylene. Liquid ethylene. Um, there. Does it take normal oxygen? Let's see. So in order to get ethylene and to get this, we need substrate and the ethylene. So in order to get this stuff, we need water. This is just cycling through. It needs water and hydrogen, and that'll make you in a pressurized reaction chamber, and that will make you substrate and ethylene. So first things first here, we do need an electrolytic separator, and that's to get our hydrogen. And I'm going to use this thing right here as a dividing line. So everything on this side is for mechanism stuff, and then everything over here will be not for mechanism stuff. But for your guys' sanity in mind, I'm going to go ahead and mute mechanism stuff. I know you can have get those muffler upgrades, but I don't think it's worth it. We're just gonna mute them all to make our everything better. So, first things first, in order to get to our HDPE sheets, we'll get our line of HDPE stuff. We can go ahead and honestly probably start right here, and then we just need to get a sink, not sing, sink. And let's go ahead and do some of this action here. And then we will let's put it back here actually. I'm gonna do the same thing where I put all the cable and stuff. Ultimate cable. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just bring it over here. And we'll just upgrade everything. We'll put everything like on lines much. And then again, also, I'm just gonna max upgrade everything. I don't think this side needs to be as fast, but I mean, we might as well, you know. So now we have our hydrogen and our oxygen, and this time we're actually going to need both. And our hydrogen needs to be pumped into a pressurized reaction chamber with water. So now we have our pressurized reaction chamber. This thing is going to need a not items, it doesn't matter about items. Fluids, it needs to come in from, no, not fluids, gases, right? Yeah. All right, so input from here, which means we should have our hydrogen in this area, and then we come in and just extend our water to here. Now we have hydrogen and water in here. And then in order to get the substrate that we need biofuel, and that can be literally anything. We can pump it full of organic stuff. So I think in our case, moss might be our best bet. Or tulips. Warped. That's, I don't care that much. It's really not that, it's not that serious. We can use, let's use flowering azalea. That seems to get us the best, the most substrate with what I have now. So actually I lied. It looks like brown mushroom will take the least amount of EMC. Not that it really matters at this point, but it will take the least amount of EMC. And will give us 7 as well. So we'll see if that works. So now here's our crusher, and then we can supply the crusher with our brown mushroom. As per usual with everything else in here, we'll just use links. And these are only 4 EMC, and I'm not sure how many we need to give it per second. But I'm going to go ahead and say, let's see how 4 does. 4 is definitely too much. But we'll just leave it at that. You can get away with 1. We're going to go ahead and mute that as well. So it looks like we're making ethylene at a decent rate with all the substrates. But now our oxygen needs to be used. And to use it, we will need another pressurized reaction chamber, which I would have made more than just what I made. But oh well. All right, so now we have the pressurized reaction chamber on both sides of this. This is now full of oxygen. This is now full of substrate. And this ethylene and the substrate is what we want. But in order to use it, we need to bring the ethylene and the substrate from here over to here. And on the thing here, it says liquid ethylene. But when you click on it, it doesn't show anything. So we're going to see if ethylene by itself is good enough or not. And for that, we'll use a universal pipe because this has the advantage of pulling out both the substrate and the ethylene. So we'll go ahead and output. So you should get the substrates and then the ethylene. Hopefully you can't eject fluid, so you're a gas. So you won't go in there, huh? So I think we're going to need the rotary condensator. Almost got it that time. So we'll need a fluid tank and what else? This. I can't, oh my God. You know, sometimes I truly hate group chats. It gets to me. Constant spamming. All right, so now I just slapped the condensator down in front of this. So now we are converting our ethylene in here to liquid ethylene. This thing needs to be upgraded though. A wee bit slow. And now we are full of liquid ethylene. And then we go ahead and take our fluid pipe over here. Don't want that. Extract here. And then that should, the auto connect. Fluid. I guess it did. So now we're pumping our liquid ethylene into here with our oxygen and making HDPE pellets. Then those HDPE pellets need to go into an enrichment chamber. So we need to get input from here. Then we need to say output right, eject on, and then, you know, the usual. I should probably upgrade this while we're staring at it anyway. There we go. Now we are making our pellets. Or our sheets, I mean. So that crosses one of our things off the list. I don't need some inventory. So that crosses our HDPE pellets off the list. Now we just need polonium and plutonium. Before I move on though, there is one thing I remembered about this system, or maybe this setup in particular, is you need to come to your electrolytic separator, and I can't remember which one it was, but you need to dump your excess oxygen. Because your oxygen will fill up way before your hydrogen does. And you need to, I think you need to dump excess of both. But that's probably bad. Let's not do that. Let's idle our hydrogen, and then our oxygen should keep up. Otherwise, your entire system will come to a standstill because your oxygen is full. Next up on the list, let's go ahead and shoot for polonium pellets. So to make those, we will need another pressurized reaction chamber, shocker, with water and polonium. Polonium is made in a new solar neutron activator with nuclear waste, which we are producing from this bad boy right here. So if we just go ahead and grab a solar neutron activator, not that it would be that easy, because, you know, why would it be? We need some more tin, do we? Well, there. Make 1,000, please. And we also need at least one of our new sheets. There's our solar neutron activator. And we just, I think we should probably put it down here-ish. It's not going to work now. This thing does not require power. It just uses the power of the sun, I'm pretty sure. Which we don't have right now, but that's fine. So let's go ahead and hook up a universal pipe, because I think if something were to happen and I hooked it up to a mechanism one, and it broke, I think it would just radiate this whole area. And this way, I think this might be a little cheat code around it. So, or not. Let's see. Psyconpig, input, please. Please? You're going to do this to me? Gases, inputs. What's a gas? All right. There. Now we have, oh, it's actually working right now. I thought because it was running, it wouldn't work. Wait, it works at an okay rate. And now we have polonium. So with this, you kind of want to be a little bit careful again, because if you break something, you'll irradiate the whole area. But also because we do need polonium pellets to make our casing here. But you really don't need them past that and the supercharged coil. So don't use your entire, unless you don't have enough nuclear waste, don't use your entire backlog on just making pellets. Unless you can make nuclear waste very quickly, which means you'll probably need a reactor at least this big. So what we're going to do is we're going to waste our polonium, even though I literally just said don't do it, but we're going to. So there we go. I've set up another pressurized reaction chamber, which I need to install my upgrades into. And again, just to sync with water, you just need polonium. To make the polonium pellet, you just need water. Let's cycle through them. But again, water and polonium, which we now have, and fluorite dust. And then fluorite dust is made exactly how you think it'd be made. You just need a crusher and then some fluorite. We'll go ahead and make one of those. And there we go. We have our crusher set up with a link exporting fluorite into here. And then we need to output left. Why are you not accepting input? There we go. And now we have polonium pellets with spent nuclear waste. And I'm thinking, looking at the solar neutron activator, I probably want to make 2 of these because it's a lot slower than I thought it was. Another thing I noticed is our thing right here is acting up. It's not producing pellets. And that's because this system randomly backs up in places, so you do have to kind of trash things you don't need. So in this case, our hydrogen is backed up. And in order for this to not run all the time, because this thing will suck up energy, what you can do is pretty much trash any extra liquid ethylene you have. And to do that, you can put like an upgrade in here and then tell it to go to the nearest thing first. So you make this closer to where it needs to go in the reaction chamber, and then put a trash can somewhere else. That way the trash can, it'll only go into the trash can if this thing's full. We'll go to connect that, and then we should start running once again. But do be wary, it does take up a little bit extra power. Now onto our spent nuclear waste. This stuff is useless. There's nothing you can do with it. Even if you look it up, the only thing that shows up is this. So you really just want to get rid of it. So to get rid of it, we're going to see if we can just get an ultimate trash can here. And then see if, I hope this works. Otherwise, it's going to be a pain. I think it's a gas. No, is it a liquid? No. So you're a gas. I would think you're a gas, right? That would make sense. And output eject. That's unfortunate. And I think that's because this only does items, fluids, and energy, not gases. One thing we can work towards is a creative tank, but we don't have that. I accidentally just trashed our polonium pellets. Oh well. Alright, so it turns out I just wasted all the time, and we just need to do radioactive waste barrels. I thought I could go into chemical stuff, but I guess not. So we need to make more lead, apparently. And now we have 29 barrels for no reason. So we go and get rid of the trash can and everything. Unfortunately, it does not work. And I just dug a hole to the base for no reason. But let's see if we can get the is the entangle mod in here? The entangled block sure is. So I have a plan. Well, okay, I don't need that many. But we'll see if we can actually get this to work. So I've entangled this block, this pressurized reaction chamber, into here. And what I'm going to do is fly somewhere far away. And this is where we'll put our nuclear waste. And by somewhere far away, I mean this village. They seem like they want to house all my nuclear waste, don't they? And there we go. This village seems to have been deserted already for some reason. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but we entangled it. So basically it's as if that machine is right here in our world. And we're just going to go ahead and pump all of these barrels full of our good stuff. That sounded kind of weird. And there we go. This should be good. We should never really have to worry about it again. And now we have a solid 30 polonium pellets. We don't have any polonium in here right now because it's not, it's nighttime, so these things aren't working. Next up is the plutonium, though, and that needs an isotopic centrifuge. And let's open that up. What are we missing? Just one of these chemical tanks. And then boom. And we go ahead and pump this full of stuff. We also don't want to have too much polonium or plutonium. Plutonium's not really used for anything other than the SPS casing. So yeah, we definitely just don't need it. Yeah, we don't need it. So I'll pump a little bit into here and then that'll just be that. So now we are making plutonium, and to make the pellets we need another pressurized reaction chamber and some water. Who would have guessed? And there we go. Now we are making plutonium pellets. However, these also make spent nuclear waste. And I just was running wires kind of randomly just because it's getting kind of messy, but I don't want any of this nuclear stuff to mix at all. So I'm being very careful. But we also need to go ahead and entangle this bad boy as well. We'll go ahead and do that. And then now you're entangled. And now our nuclear waste is no longer an issue. And then after doing some diligent research online, I have found out that we need approximately 72 SPS casings. Oh wow, I'm not going to take that much. So if we go ahead here, we have 7. So it looks like our pellets are going to be, yes, we need a lot more of both. So we really just need to fire this bad boy back up. And to do that, we need to make sure that this does not impede us. So what I'm going to do is actually just for now is remove that plug. And then we'll just go ahead and connect it to the main line. And then I'll go ahead over here and remove the plug. Where did I put the plug in the first place? Here. Put that there so that this thing will now power this entire setup. I'll only do that temporarily, and then I'll put the point back so that this thing can only, hopefully only power whatever. But yeah, go ahead and get this show on the road. Our steam is idle, and then I'll go ahead and turn this back on. There's no point in storing this energy because we will use way more than this to run the phase shifter. So for right now, I think every now and then I'll just trash all the energy so it doesn't stop running. So it seems like our setup now can easily run 45 millibuckets a tick, which makes this thing produce a little over 3 million. Kind of want to push it and see how much we can do. 'Cause as long as this thing stays going up, that's fine. And then as long as our water doesn't go down. But let's see, can we do 50? Will our water drain out? 50 seems to be stable and our fuel can handle it. I'm not sure. We might be able to do 55. I'm not sure if it can handle much more than that. It's insane. I up it by like 5 millibuckets a tick and we get an extra like 700,000 FE a tick. And then we just drain it of 31 billion FE. And then we go ahead and break it again. And again, the reason I'm doing this is to make sure that it can supply water and everything back to here. So we can get all the nuclear stuff we can get. Because we will need quite a few more pellets. So I'll let this run for a little bit. Yeah, it seems like 55 is right around our max we can support. This does go up, but it goes up very slowly. It'll teeter back and forth, and then after maybe like 10-15 seconds, it'll finally go up to another 1,000 millibuckets. I'm thinking though, I'm not really sure if we need to store power for anything later in the pack. It doesn't really look like it. So the final star, yeah, easy enough. Fading matter, yeah. I guess the only thing we'd really need it for is liquid hyper experience. I don't know what that is. White fuel block, white matter star. So I guess we just really need it to store it up for creating whatever. Antimatter. And to do that, we can use induction things from Mechanism. The biggest bottleneck to that is the lithium stuff. So we take lithium into lithium dust, but to make lithium, you need, let's see, deconcentrator from liquid lithium, and then that doesn't have, I think there's a bug in this pack. That should be from some kind of towers. But there is this cool thing called liquid lithium in a dimlet form. So we can go ahead and make a world out of that. So I did find it. For whatever reason, it wasn't showing down that. But if you go down the brine path, which is what you need, you'll find the thermal evaporation stuff. And we need to build at least 2 of these bad boys. So I did not teach a system how to make it quite yet. But we're going to go ahead and teach it how to do that. I don't know. Controller's kind of overkill. We just need like 2 controllers. So I'll do that myself, I guess. And then let's go ahead and make, I don't know, 300. No, we have the means. Make 500. Just keep going up and up. And then while that does its thing, we're going to get a compass. And is there a desert around here? Because desert biomes is where these things flourish. 3,000 blocks. That's insane. All right, I'm out in the desert starting to build our thermal evaporation plants, and I don't know how tall these can be. So let's just go ahead and make it this tall. It doesn't really matter. Ow. The max height is 18 blocks, and I think they have to go from 69 plus, what, 18? Plus 10, 20, 89. Okay, so we gotta go down to 87 here. Let's go down 2 more for our advanced solar generators, though. And there we go. 1 tower is pretty much complete. We just need to put our solar generators on. I like when they face the other way. Oh, and then this needs to be more than that. More than that distance out. I forgot. So we go ahead and throw that down there. And then do these. I don't think these solar generators are like mandatory. However, they do speed up the process just a little bit, and I would like to not have to wait around forever. And then these need at least a valve. I didn't bring any valves. That's fine. So we need 1 valve here, 1 valve here, and then we'll need to create, we need to put our controller as well here. And then I'll go ahead and build the other plant as well. I will say 500 was pretty close to how much I needed, so that was kind of cool. Totally not part of the plan, but I thought I went way overkill, but no, we got like 46 left. That's pretty close. You'll need about 450-ish. Oh, 460? 454, 460. I'm not doing math right now. Of these thermal evaporation blocks if you want to make max size and 2 of them. And I guess I lied because as soon as I got back, I realized that we did have valves. So go ahead and slap a valve here, here, controller. It registered, cool, here, here, controller, registered, very cool. And then also the time of day affects it, and if it's raining and stuff kind of affects it, I think. So you do it in the desert because you get a higher temperature, and the higher temperature means faster brine production because you can't like overclock it or anything. And then you need to put your brine from here into the other evaporation, and then once this one's filled with brine, it'll make liquid lithium. And then we need to make a fluid absorber. That needs a bucket of water. And then bloom. Fluid absorber. So I'm pretty sure we need at least 256 buckets of this stuff, so I'll wait around. Nothing else to do. Alright, I want to wait for a little bit. Now we're at 477 buckets. And that's because I, again, switched these out from the pipes thing to this, because mechanism is just so much faster. Even with netherite, this is, even with one pipe connection, this was insanely fast compared to this. So now we just need to get a fluid absorber. And to do that, I don't know exactly what the easiest way to do this is going to be. But what I'm thinking is maybe do something like this. I'm not sure if this is going to work. We'll point this. We'll do this, this. Wait, this, that, this. Put it in. Flux points. I didn't bring a lever. So we'll lever and then we'll put this on top. Will that work? Can I find a block or I'm missing inventory? So I can't get the place fluids. And that's because I don't have the placing fluids card. That would make sense. Alright, moment of truth here. Let's see. There we go. That does work. Alright, so now I just need a solid block. Or 2. We'll grab some of this, and then we'll hopefully get you to work? Or do you need to be in the fluid, maybe? Hello? Alright, so I guess that's just not going to work at all. Oh well, it produces it fast enough that I'm not really too worried about it. Ooh, a creeper head. Let's go ahead and turn all this stuff into lithium, shall we? So we need to decondentrate the lithium, and then as per usual, go ahead and slap some upgrades in there. Then we should get all of our lithium here, and the lithium can be brought out with a pipe. Please don't do that. And then you can also get upgrades. But one crystallizer is not fast enough. Neither is 2. And we'll just ender chest it over. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 of them going at as fast as they can, and that seems to still not be enough. I don't care anymore. And then we'll just put it into a drawer and put a storage bus on it. So now we should see lithium in the system. I'll let that build up, and then while we do that, while it builds up, I'll also build the induction stuff. And the induction stuff is really just a whole bunch of compound crafting. So ultimate control circuits, elite induction, just a bunch of compound stuff. So we actually have enough to make a, get rid of all this, an ultimate induction provider, meaning you can input and output 52 mil, which is more than we'll need. I think I'll make like probably 2 of these. So we'll go ahead and say I want 2. Takes about 19,000 bytes to do, and then all of this material. Oh yeah. 2400 redstone, 512 lithium. Yeah, definitely get all this auto crafted. Alright, so our induction is ready. Ultimate induction providers are ready. I'm just crafting a whole bunch of enriched redstone because this ultimate stuff eats it alive. So the induction casing. So this is what we kind of need: induction casing and induction ports. And then we need structure glass as well, but we already know that. So that's fine. I went to our auto crafting thing and added some extra things. Co-processing units and a 256K. So when we do craft our big boy storage, we'll be able to do it much faster. So let's go ahead and start placing out our induction thing. I don't really, it doesn't need to be that big. Because I don't think we plan on needing that much room for it. I feel like this is probably good enough. And then I feel like this should be more than enough space, honestly. So here's our basic frame for the induction casing. I have it solid induction casing pretty much all around. Roof, everything, and then the side is solid. This will be structural glass. Then we have a port here, and then a valve here. So let's connect the two. So to use an induction matrix, if you don't know, this multiblock is not formed yet. I don't know why I put the structure thing away, but you'll see once I complete this multiblock, it'll do this. It can't hold anything because I don't have anything in there. And that's where these induction providers and stuff come in. So you gotta put them inside. Right now it can't hold anything, so it's pretty useless to us. So I'll go ahead and put our induction providers here, which means this thing can now input and output 104 million FE a tick. But then we just need to fill it with our other ultimate induction cells, because each one of these holds 1.6 trillion. So I think in total we need 34 of these. Fill the thing. Do we have what we need? No, we need another 3,000 lithium. So let's just go with, for now, let's just do, we'll do 30. Oh wait, my bad. Ultimates. Can we do 30? Probably not. No. What about 25? Nope. Okay, fine. We'll just start with 20. How about that? Yeah, so that's going to take 50, a little over 5,100 lithium, so 392,000 bytes. All right, so we don't have that, which means I need to upgrade our auto crafting to, this one is, how much does this have? What is this? 273K. So we need a little bit more than that. So let's go ahead and create another 256K and take out this 1K and replace it. And now this is up to 528. And I don't remember how many we said we wanted. Was it 20 or 24? I think it was 20, but now we can make 24. So we'll go ahead and make 24. That'll take quite a while. Yeah. Even with like all the code processors and everything, it just takes a long time. So it'll take over an hour to craft it. That's why I do auto crafting, because imagine doing all this and calculating it by yourself. Insanity. And also just stuck these like this, like I normally do, and then I put some export buses below them with crafting card upgrades, so whenever we run low, it'll go ahead and put those in there. Then we have a nice stockpile, because this will take a while and a lot of those resources. I think we might need 2 netherite furnaces. This is getting a little backed up. Trying to bump it up to do a stack at a time, because I think this is what's holding us back at this point. Why you don't want to work now? I put you back in. Okay, so let's just try to take that out, and let's do the same thing for gold as well. I'll restart the process. Oh yeah, that's a little bit better. Now it's using the full everything. And now it's not like spazzing on and off. So yeah, if you're ever having problems, definitely just change it to a stack instead of doing it one at a time. Oh yeah, that took our time from like, I think it was like 50-ish minutes, maybe even an hour left, to under 20. So that's definitely the bottleneck there. All right, this is taking forever. It's kind of stuck at 10 minutes because this is way too slow. Oh, it's almost done. It's finally done. That took it over, probably over an hour, to be true. And that's just for 26 of these bad boys. Now imagine if you had to craft that by yourself, no auto crafting. That's an entire day. Let's go ahead and start placing these in. Is it a little overkill? The answer is probably yes. Do I care? As per usual, no. We still need 1, 2, and then 8 more. So here we go. Boom. Would you look at that? So I have a comparator over here, so like whenever it gets full, it'll turn on and then start trashing power. But for right now, we can store about 41.6 trillion FE into this, which means I can go ahead and kick this back on to store all of our energy. Activate that. And then you should just pump all your power into this. And then we should... Anything? Yeah, we shouldn't be storing any power in here, really. This should not be getting power. Yeah, so this could... You can input 3.27 million. How much do you make? Oh, so you make 3.77 million. So we actually need another induction matrix or two. Or not... oh, God. Not induction matrix, but induction provider. Also that sound, not my alarm, but the sound you heard was a celestial manipulator decided to make while just sitting around and waiting. We have no more nights in this world. We did not need the provider. We just needed another extract. I'm dumb. Oh well, we have it. I think we now have enough plutonium. We have 62 plus the 7, so now we have 69, and I think it said we need 72. Yeah, so we need just a couple more. The 3 more. It also looks like our fuel rate can just keep up at 16 mil buckets a tick. I think any more than that and we will actually start losing fuel. I know we're already pretty far over, but I just upgraded this ultimate crushing factory and just added 2 more of these because once again our sulfur production is what's keeping us back. Alright, we officially have enough, so I can go ahead and cut that, so we're not going to be making any more polonium pellets. We don't need them. I don't think. I'm pretty sure I went over that a while ago. I just cut myself off. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, so we have SPS casing now. Check and SPS port. We need 3 of those. So we can go ahead and do ultimates. And then we need at least 3 of those. And I was just, while I was waiting on that, I was just upgrading everything over here. So now we have a 3rd oxidizer for uranium. Alright, so we should be able to go ahead and make 1, 2, 3 of these. Alright, let's go ahead and build this thing. Let's go ahead and start with a 3x3 and then add some onto each of the side of the original 3. Oh, I already messed up, didn't I? Hold on. Alright, 3x3. So here's the 3x3. Then you go 1, 2, 3. Leave the corner. 1, 2, 3. Leave the corner. Leave the corner. And leave the corner. And then you want to take your SPS casing and fill out the perimeter like so. And then you just really want to take what you did here and repeat it on each side here. So again, doing the 3x3. And then you can like repeat what you want to do, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go up, what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Build up like that. And then just repeat the process. And there are the sides done. And you really just want to mirror the top as well. So you just pretty much do the same thing you did down there. And do that. And then 2, 3. And then where's my other 4 casing? There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. Now it's complete as it is, but we do need to add in our ports. So we need a port for our power. We'll put 1 port here for the power. And then wherever you put your port for the power, you need... I did not make the coil, did I? Whoops. Do we have enough? Oh, thank God. I have enough polonium pellets. Oh, that would have been embarrassing. I'll go ahead and craft this. Alright, there is our our supercharged coil. We'll go ahead and put this here. And you can have, I think you can have 2, but I'm just using 1. We won't be able to really supply enough power for 2. Although it might just be 1, I'm not sure. And now we have 2 more ports. One's going to be for the antimatter that comes out, and then one's going to be for the polonium to go in. So I'm going to put our port here for the antimatter, because I'm going to put the rest of it over here. So our antimatter port can be there, and then our polonium port can be here. Boom. In there. Now we have a really disgusting wiry mess coming from here, so we're going to pull the polonium out and put it into our phase shifter over here. And as you can see, now this thing has polonium in it. So now we have polonium. We don't have power, which is the last thing that we need is to hook this up to our power. And now that everything's almost all connected up, let's go ahead and connect this and then have it extract. And then we are not pulling out power from here for some reason. And now it's set to output because I'm stupid. But yes, now we have antimatter production. Very nice. And this is why I made this, just to save up some power while we're making the other stuff, because this will suck it right up. So we need to make antimatter pellet, we need 1,000 millibuckets, and we do not have 1,000 millibuckets or anywhere near it. So we were able to pump in 75 millibuckets here, and I know this episode's stupidly long, but we might as well make the antimatter pellet because we're pretty much there. I just have to sit around and AFK. We crossed the 2 trillion mark. And yep, there's been a lot of AFKing. We got about almost 6 hours on this pouch. I haven't been playing for that 6 hours, but a lot of it was AFK and some of it was setting this up. So yeah, I'm just gonna let this run for a while. This is self-sustaining. We'll never run out of fuel for this. This will never like fill up. We had a backup of nuclear waste, but now we're, you know, going through it, and we will never run out of, we'll never fill up on power because it's getting pumped into here and we're losing. We already lost our power. Just kidding. So we're already sucking all the power to that. And I think we can actually go ahead and disconnect this from here and put our plug in to run this thing again. So at least this way our whole 5 mil will go into this instead of like 4.75 or something. But yeah, now there's really nothing left for me to do except just sit here and wait. I'm so dumb. Good thing I realized where everything like blew up or something. I accidentally put the plug here instead of the point. That could have been bad. Alright, we are almost there. I stepped away, did some pumping of the iron, you know, and ate some food and stuff, and we almost have our second antimatter pellet. We're 5 millibuckets away. I can taste it. And I was just looking through antimatter pellets to see, like, A, they are insanely expensive, and I bumped it up to 85 millibuckets a tick. We can support that with our system, and this is now making 5.8 million a tick. And antimatter is insanely expensive for what it does, which is a whole lot of nothing. Like this, I don't know how useful that is. I've never used it. Maybe it's useful, but oh, you shut off. Why'd you shut off? Oh, it's nighttime. All right. That was just so abrupt. Oh, we're 1 millibucket off. And there goes draconic evolution. It will bring us to the new day that we get our second pellet. But yeah, pellets are useless. The only like slight thing that they're used for that could be like useful is in this nucleosynthesizer, and it's maybe for an egg to a dragon egg, depending on your pack. That might be worth it. Everything else is absolutely useless. Like, why would you turn a beacon into an end crystal? Like, it doesn't make sense. Antimatter. Oh, there it is. Antimatter material, baby. Go ahead and block that off, and then we need every bit of antimatter we can get out of here. All right, so with that, our 2 pieces of antimatter, we should get our quest update, right? Yep. And then we can go ahead and make our anti-protonic nucleosynthesizer. Nice. So each piece of antimatter that we got there, hopefully it wasn't EMCable. Okay. Yeah. That would have been a bad day for me. But yeah, each piece of antimatter needs 1,000 millibuckets. And then to make the fading matter, which is what we need, it only takes 5. So it's like a 20th of what it takes. So we should be more than fine at this point. So to make that, we need to get the archium. I had it up there, now I'm gone. Archium, and then we should just be able to boom, fading matter. That's fast. And let's go ahead and grab that, and that should complete our quest. I think. Unless I already completed it. Oh, I already completed it. We get 2 pieces of antimatter. I guess that's nice. Definitely the best quest reward we've gotten. We can either oxidize this down to get 1,000 millibuckets back. I think I'm just going to hold on to them, though, just in case we need them for something in the pack randomly that I haven't seen, but I don't think we will. So we have our fading matter. Let's go ahead and learn it. And then, yeah, that's going to be our main form of EMC duplication, is getting an Archimete into here and then getting our thing back out. Because for our next quest, to get... we need 4 of these, which is going to be a little over 4 trillion. And then this, and then... let's just get... wait, can I pull this out? Fading... oh, we only have 3. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to use this to keep duplicating our stuff and get a lot more EMC. And then I will see you guys next episode. But I hope you enjoyed this one. We are now well on our way to... well, the end game. See ya. Well, I wasn't say good, but I accidentally completed the quest. We have our thing pulling out Archimedes here, or whatever, Archeums, and it put 12 in so far, and then I got a couple more out, so that's on me. And I don't think we should do that just yet. I want to make sure we have enough EMC for the process over there, but yeah, we went from like, what, 2 trillion to 5 trillion instantly? But yeah, now it's enough. Wait, actually, no, wait. One more thing, and then we'll... oh, I got some fading matter. Okay, diamond horse armor. We don't have it yet. That's cool. And then 4.8 trillion. Nice. And now we're up to almost 9.5 trillion. So, there we go.